Hi, I'm Vincy with Open for Business, and today we're at Goodwill finding out more about the Ability First program, what it is, what it means for the community, and how we can rally around them. Let's go talk to April and find out more about Ability First. We're here with April Unkefer, and she's the director of Ability First. Now, explain to everybody out there, what is the Goodwill Ability First program?
So the Ability First program is one of the programs that Goodwill has to offer, and we are a referral-based program, so we work in partnership with vocational rehabilitation. So anybody who has a disability can go to VR and go through the eligibility process. And basically, they need to have a disability, whether it's a physical disability, a mental disability, a cognitive disability, and they require our services to obtain and maintain employment.
Okay, that's so fantastic. And how are referrals made to the Ability First program?
They have to go through vocational rehabilitation, go through their eligibility process. So they have to have a diagnosed disability.
Okay.
So sometimes it can be, the doctor send in the information for them. It can be they're getting Social Security. If somebody gets Social Security, they're automatically presumed eligible for services and they can benefit because somebody can get Social Security and work at the same time.
So what are the Ability First services?
Once they become eligible for VR will then give that consumer a pick list, and they get to choose who they want to work with. So Goodwill is one of those providers on that pick list. So once they determine they want to work with Goodwill, then VR will send over a referral to us. Our case manager does an intake with them and gets to know them, figure out what it is they want to do. And then once they decide that, then they get paired with an employment specialist. And that employment specialist then will work with them when you say the services. So that could be a situational assessment, which is trying out a job.
Okay.
It could be an informational interview, just like it sounds, talking to somebody in the community about what it is they want to do.
Wow, you guys cover
That's a lot.
so much. It is. Can you describe the process of discovery and what that means when it comes to the job placement services?
Basically learning what it is they want to do.
Yeah.
So, like I said, they come in, they don't know what they want to do, so we're going to discover what their interests and their talents are.
Yeah.
And then be able to try those things out. So that way we're not getting them into a job blindly that maybe they don't have the capabilities to do. So our job is to be able to research that and to help them and guide them and be able to say this is something that you're capable of, but not be able to tell them that they can't do something. We need to help and teach them how to learn that about themselves.
I love that you guys make it so personal. It's each individual. So after placement, then what happens? Can you explain the process of retention and what that looks like?
So once they go through discovery, go through the job placement services, and they get that job, then at that point, that's where we do job coaching and that retention. So we're going to work one-on-one with that a participant with the employer to make sure that they maintain that job. So it's all about helping them to be successful, and sometimes that could be maybe we're observing them do the job and realize that maybe there's a certain component of their job that they're not able to do successfully. Maybe they need some accommodations. And so we're going to work with that employer. So we're basically an extension of them to help that participant to be successful on the job.
I love that. It's like they're in, but you don't leave them alone. You still
Exactly.
take care of them.
There's
That's
a process.
So great.
We stay with them until we call it they've reached the maximum amount of potential.
Aww.
And then at that point, then we're in agreement to close the case with VR. But Goodwill has this policy that we never leave somebody. So if any time somebody wants help, we'll help them unfunded.
So April, what are some of the jobs that your participants might move into?
So, for example, somebody wants to go into dog grooming.
Oh.
We have the employment specialist going out, looking and researching, going to PetSmart, trying to see if we can get our participants into PetSmart. I know somebody that was a dog groomer, so I gave her that information so that they could make that connection. We don't have a list of employers that we move people into. Sometimes people come and think that, well, don't you have a list of people that, you go and you place this at? And it's like, no, it's all about what that participant wants the deal.
Okay, so April, how can employers in the community help support the Ability First participants?
This is very key and important to our discovery services. If an employer out there is able to help us in any way as far as being a site where we can do a situational assessment, where we can have a participant go and learn about a job and talk to them about it, that's where they can do things to help us. If we do a situational assessment, Goodwill takes the liability for that. So we're able to show them proof of insurance, and so they're not liable if somebody gets hurt. We take that on. So it's a very easy way for employers out there when our staff come and say, hey, we've got, we're working with somebody at Goodwill, can you help us out? And these are the ways, if they would maybe be a partner and get on board with that, chances are they might find somebody that could be a good employer for them. And these particular participants that we have are going to be a lot more dedicated, and they want that job and they want to stay there.
So April, why is the Ability First program so important to Goodwill?
I think it's important for the community to understand and realize that everybody deserves a chance towards employment. It's our job to find out what their talents are and what their interests are, and to make those matches for them so that they can make a contribution to society and they can also feel productive as well.
Okay, so if anyone wants to get a hold of you and find out more about this, how do they do that?
They can contact me personally by cell phone or text message at 219-688-0490, or if they want more information on the Ability First program, they can look online at goodwill-ni.org.
All right, once again, you can call April at 219-688-0490 or go to goodwill-ni.org.